about the things that we go through here as people, some of the hardships of life that we get to navigate that makes life not easy. For me, one of those things personally that has kind of wrecked me over the last several years was the death of my mom. I'm the baby of our family. I'm the only son, I'm the only boy. And my mom and I were super tight. My mom was young, she got breast cancer, went into her bones, and it was just really devastating. Really hard to watch. Anyhow, my parents were married for a long time, and I'd never seen my dad without my mom. I'd never experienced him that way, so when she was gone, I finally saw my dad in just this weird place where he was almost unable to function. And I just figured, well, I'm the son, I'm the strong one, so I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna be strong for everybody. And just kind of buffer the pain, and I did that. And I went in there and I just skipped over my grieving. I just ignored it. I didn't allow myself to feel anything. I just convinced myself somewhere along the way, you know what, it's okay, stop being a baby. You know, she's in a better place, and all this stuff, and I just kind of I made myself feel ridiculous for even wanting to feel the grief of the death of my mom. And that caused a lot of problems. And it really messed me up for a long time. And I wanted to share that really quick because all of us are gonna go through loss. We're gonna experience it on some level. And I feel like the worst, most unhealthy thing we can do is act like it's not going to affect us. Amen. Or we need to ignore it or run from it, because we're intricately crafted as human beings that feel everything. We were designed to feel and to grieve and to go through those things by ourselves and with one another. So allow yourself some grace there and feel that. Remember the last conversation that I had with my mom? She was in a hospice bed in her house, and she called me in there one day. I knew this was it. I knew this was going to be the last time we speak. And she said these words. She's like, hey, look, I'm exhausted. I'm ready. I'm done. I'm going to be fine. But don't you, for 2 seconds, walk out of here today thinking that you need to try to put on some tough exterior. Look a certain way, or make it appear that you've got it all together and that you're trying to hold on to something. Because you know what? Sometimes you're the strongest when you're just weak. Your greatest strength is your surrender. Paul even said, it's in my weakness that I'm strong. I love that. She said, sometimes the only way you see anything clear, son, is when you see it through a set of tears. Don't ever lose your tears. Don't ever fight your tears. Those tender tears, they're precious. Freedom, living rivers of water, they heal. And sometimes the only way you let your heart heal up that broken place in there is when you just let it fall apart. Stop trying to control it. Psalms 103 says he's a tender, gracious, compassionate, loving dad. No matter what you're going through, no matter what that thing is, Abba, Daddy will always meet us right there in those hurtful places where we feel like everything is over. I never wrote my mom a song while she was alive, I never did that. And it's those words, that last conversation we had, that now, all these years later, are just, as I remember them, they're just really ministering to me and healing me. And so after all this time, I wrote her a song, so here it is. make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. You asked me to sing some songs that I wrote, but I can barely speak, can barely play a note. All my tears rushing, falling on my strings. They make the sound of these progressions have a different ring. And I hate to say goodbye, knowing this will be the last time we're together. As you close your eyes and say, it's okay to cry, it's okay to fall apart. You don't have to try to be strong when you are not. And it may take some time to make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got to give mercy. Don't ever think it's strange. Not a curse, but it is a blessing to feel other people's pain. And knowing love without condition, and trust with all your heart. And there's healing in the story of your scar. Well, it's been a while since you've been gone. Sometimes I still catch myself trying to call your phone. All the hopes and dreams we used to talk about, they're still alive in me, and I just hope I make you proud. Now I'm your legacy, and it's your love still holding me together. And I still hear you say, it's okay. It's okay to fall apart. You don't have to try to be strong when you are not. And it may take some time to make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. It's okay to fall. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart.